Welcome in studio here at UNLV for a new edition of the Skating Rebels preview show. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm your host, Dominic Lavoie. Fresh rankings coming out yesterday. And once again, UNLV slotting in the top 5 at the 5th position, joining Liberty University, the University of Central Oklahoma, Adrian College, and Minot State as some of the premier programs in the country. The visiting Arizona Wildcats, however, come in ranked 14th this weekend, moving down one slot since the last rankings came out. Now, as for last weekend, the Rebels have stayed perfect so far at home this season, and joining me here in studio with the highlights and reaction from last weekend's action is AJ Reed. AJ, get at me.
Thank you, Dom. But as you are all aware, your Skating Rebels took on the Utah Utes last weekend in a 2-game series. The Utes are known to play UNLV tight, so expectations were tempered. But in Game 1 of this series, Caleb Strom, camping out in front of the net, scores a rebound off a Matias Del Monte shot, up 1-0. Tristan Rand takes it down the right side and buries the puck, taking a 2-goal lead into the second period. But Tristan Rand was not happy with just the 2-goal lead, pots another one to give UNLV a 3-goal lead about halfway through the second. Then Bradley Gallant would come through, giving the Rebels their 4th goal of the game. They would come out on top with a score of 6-2. Game 2, the physicality would continue and Utah would look to steal one, but on the power play in period 1, Max Johnson puts one on the net, gets the scoring going, and gives the Rebels the early lead. Late in the period, Utah would answer back, but after a huge 5-on-3 penalty kill, Heath Mensch comes in with a toe drag swag, potting one to make it 2-1. Second period, tied at 2 apiece. Coming in strong is none other than Caleb Strong, giving the Rebs the win 3-2. Here's what head coach Anthony Vigneri Greener had to say.
Yeah, no, they bought in towards the end, eating, especially that last 10 minutes. They were coming in waves, and like you said, they ate, got bodies, picking up sticks, got pucks out when we needed, and that's the difference in a 3-2 hockey game.
The Rebels are on a 5-game winning streak heading into tonight. Dom, back to you.
AJ, thank you very much. Now we're going to take a look at the stats for this weekend's opponents. As we mentioned earlier, the Arizona Wildcats. Let's go ahead and go by the numbers with Ryan Gilder. Gildy, go ahead.
UNLV versus Arizona by the numbers. Arizona is entering the City National Arena with a 4-2 overall record and a 4-1 record against ACHA opponents. The Wildcats have started their season defending home ice, winning all of their games except one, and outscoring their opponents 23-15. On special teams, Arizona has made use of their opportunities, scoring on 5 of their 17 man advantages. However, they have trouble on the kill, sitting last in the WCHL with a 66.7% penalty kill percentage. UNLV will be the first ACHA road game Arizona will play this season. The Wildcats are 0-1 on the road, losing to Arizona State's NCAA Division I team 16-0. UNLV has the longest home streak with a 4-0 record on home ice in the WCHL, and they look to keep it perfect. The Rebels have outscored their opponents 21-9 at home and have dominated on special teams, scoring on over 30% of their power plays. That's UNLV versus Arizona by the numbers.
Thank you for that, Gildy. Now we got a quick brief on the numbers for the Wildcats as well as UNLV heading into this one. But let's take a look at Arizona's personnel, nice and close. Gonna go ahead and kick it over to Zoe Salas. Zoe, what's cooking?
Well, Dom, what is cooking, or who is cooking, I should say, is some of the Wildcats' top point getters so far this season. Arizona has 4 separate players scoring over a point per game so far this season. Plus, those players aren't one-dimensional either. They're all sharing the puck. Taking a look at the aforementioned top 4, Dylan Walker leads all Wildcats through 5 league games, pacing the team with 4 goals and 5 assists. Walker is also lethal in the clutch, as he has scored 2 game-winning goals, and if you do the math, that is half of his offensive production. Moving down the list, Tyler Shetland, an even spread of 4 goals and 4 assists on the year. Shetland is lethal not in the clutch, but on the man advantage, as he leads the Wildcats in power play markers on the year so far, once again making up half of his own offense. Touching on the last 2 very quickly, Jesse Lowell, a bit of a veteran in the Arizona program, has got 4 goals and 2 assists on the year, bringing him to a total of 6 points, while striking on the power play once so far this year. And finally, Brendan Williams. He is sporting an even 3-3 split on the year, with one of his goals coming on the power play as well. When spoken to about the high-powered offense Arizona has, assistant coach Nick Raboni has this to say.
A lot of their success stems from their top 6, but their depth guys provide a lot of heavy minutes in terms of grinding you down on a forecheck or playing playing big minutes down low. They like to play big and they use their size. So even though those guys might not wind up on the score sheet, they have valuable roles for their success. So I think for us, it's going to be matching that physicality this weekend, playing fast, getting up and down the ice like we like to be, and really just dictating our style more than anything.
One final note for you, Dom. The Wildcats have leaned on one man so far all year in the blue paint, Nicholas Stefanin. Look to see if he gets the nod once more tonight. But for now, back to you.
Thank you for that, Zoe. And finally tonight, it's an interesting week here at UNLV. The Zeta Tau Alpha sorority is hosting their philanthropy Think Pink Week, benefiting breast cancer research, and they're coming out to the game tomorrow night. Now, Zeta Tau Alpha is a national sorority under the Pan-Hellenic Council at UNLV, and their philanthropy, as mentioned earlier, benefiting breast cancer awareness. Their reach can be spotted on campus through finding pink ribbons on backpacks or shirts, and those ribbons sporting their letters on them, as well as Think Pink on the other side of the ribbon. Now, the chapter has teamed up with UNLV Hockey in the past and are excited to do it once again.
It's very cool for Zeta Tau Alpha to be recognized by a athletic team here on campus. And not only does it mean a lot to us that we're able to raise charity for breast cancer awareness, but also that the hockey team has reached out in the past and also now in the present to join that fight and look for a cure and raise money for it.
As mentioned earlier, the chapter's philanthropy is for breast cancer awareness and education nationally, and they've been thinking pink for over 25 years while handing out millions of pink ribbons along the way to spread the word. The UNLV chapter of Zeta also has a special ticket link where you can buy tickets to tomorrow night's game, where their philanthropy directly benefits from the purchase, something that means a lot to the chapter.
It's really cool that the hockey team has allowed us not only to have a platform to show everyone breast cancer education and awareness and our Think Pink charity that we raise money for, but also that they've dipped into their own sales of tickets to raise money for that and to our charity. And it means a lot to not only our chapter and our sisters, but everyone's having that fight on cancer and all the organizations that we're involved with.
Now, that's all the time we have in this edition of the Skatin' Rebels pregame show. Stick with us. UNLV in Arizona coming up just ahead. Welcome back inside of City National Arena. Yet another home series on the docket here tonight. The Arizona Wildcats, 14th ranked team in the nation, coming to town, paying visits to your number 5 ranked UNLV Skatin' Rebels on the call. As always, the last couple of years is myself, Dominic Lavoie, joined by Ryan Gilder. Now, Gildy, the icy whites coming out for the Arizona Wildcats. A pretty good jersey matchup tonight, if I would say so myself.
Really like the jerseys here. Kind of remind me of the New York Rangers jersey look right there, with the letters going diagonally down. Also with the same color scheme with the blue, red, and white. But then looking at UNLV with the nice jerseys as well.
UNLV rocking their red jerseys. The Rebel script, a bit of the new hype video playing out through the big screen here at City National Arena in Summerlin South, Las Vegas, Nevada. But Gildy, ringside reporter, AJ Reed had a chance to catch up with one of the standout rookies here in this rookie class, Mason Kelly, a big forward coming in to the team this season. Here's what they had to chat about during warm-ups. Take a listen.
I'm joined here with Mason Kelly. Mason, you guys are undefeated at home this year. What's the home ice advantage been like for you guys?
Definitely the fans. Fans bring it, and we play for them, so that's the extra advantage.
What's the adjustment? You guys have had pretty physical games, a lot of penalties. What's the adjustment going for that going into tonight?
We're just going to stick to the game plan. I think it's just small things we got to take care of, and like I said, it'll work out.
Thank you, Mason.
Yeah, thank you.
Guys, back to you.
Thank you for that, AJ. Always doing phenomenal work. AJ will be absent tomorrow night, but first intermission and second intermission interviews will be done by Zoe Salas, and she'll be taking over the reins tomorrow night. Finally getting some on-air reps here, Gildy.
Yeah, we try to spread the wealth, a little bit. Everyone gets the ball a little bit. Everyone gets the microphone a little bit. Everyone getting their time a little bit. And Zoe's going to be taking away the rest of the weekend pretty much.
Excited for Zoe, and we're going to take a look at the UNLV starters very quickly as they're being announced. Max Johnson, Bradley Gallant, and Cole Wyatt, a lethal line here so far this season. The forwards for UNLV. Defensemen, Matias Del Monte and Jake Berry and Zach Wixon getting the nod between the pipes once again here tonight for UNLV. And quickly taking a look at Arizona before we step away for the anthem. Eddie Slack, Tristan Swagger, and Jesse Lowell, ever deadly on the forward lines. Luke Busby and Nicholas Kioka on the blue line, and Nicholas Sepinen, a great goaltender from overseas in the blue paint for Arizona. Gonna take a quick moment to step away for the national anthem. UNLV and Arizona straight ahead. That'll do it for the anthem here at City National Arena. Gildy, a bit of a packed house here tonight. UNLV hockey offering a shuttle from the Thomas and Mack Center to City National Arena, packing the house out.
Packing the house up. You already know, if you want to have fans come over, got to give them some support to get over here. You know, the school's about 30 to 35 minutes, depending on traffic, from City National Arena, and the shuttle offers students a chance to go to the games without having to worry about traveling over, and you can see the results in the crowd right now.
Definitely, Gildy, a packed out house here as we're getting ready to get to action here tonight. An ever entertaining team, or entertaining matchup between Arizona and UNLV. I can recall a couple years ago that Max Johnson scores an overtime winning goal in the Tucson Convention Center on the road. And very funny moment. I believe if there's any Arizona fans watching, if they remember, they could share a laugh as well. Johnson scores a goal, shushes the Arizona crowd. Everyone goes to the glass, starts taunting everyone, and then Bradley Gallant gets a beer shower because the Arizona faithful didn't really take too well to that.
Well, this is the number 14 versus number 5 matchup. This is prime time ACHA hockey after dark. I'm super excited to see what happens there.
We are underway here at City National Arena. ACHA after dark, as Gildy said. We're getting going.
It's going to be after dark the whole weekend, too. Tomorrow is going to be a 9 o'clock start time.
Always a bit of a rough start time as Sepinen steers out into the corner. Shot there from Cole Wyatt, held for a whistle by Sepinen. Early stoppage here for UNLV.
Got here Gallant is going to be lining up for the face-off in the offensive zone.
Arizona would start it out here. A couple players taking a spill. And Arizona looking in the zone. UNLV with possession. Wyatt softly flips that one up, picked up by Jesse Lowell. He'll float that one in. Matias Del Monte. Up for Cole Wyatt at center. He'll float that one into the zone. Sepinen out behind his own cage to stop it. Touched on. And sent on in there. That was Shetland. Now on the near wall through center. Shetland picks this puck up. Gains the red. Tyler Shetland gains his own. Leaves that one off for Brendan Williams, former of the North American Hockey League, the NAL. As that puck floats on net for a whistle and a stoppage.
And you'll see with this Arizona team, they play condensed. You see a lot of players, they'll play very close to each other, a lot of close range passes. You talked to Coach over the week, and he was talking about how important it is to stretch the puck, kind of separate them a little bit, get them off of their condensed game.
Puck steered on in. Arizona working the wall. That's up ice there for Shively. Shively through traffic. That one whistles wide to the end boards. Play it off the wall. Gets as far as center. Here comes Arizona the other way. Dances his way through traffic. Gets stopped up. Heath Mensch starts it out. Kelly tries to knife that one through. Can't get it through Will Josephson. Mensch hits Flanders in stride. Here's Nick Flanders, 1-on-3, shot there, off the post. Good chance there from Nick Flanders on the rush. Can't beat the goalpost. We're still tied at 0. Now on the near wall still. Now back in their own zone. That's Jackson Wyatt. In behind Zach Wixon, he'll survey with just over 2 minutes gone in the first. Wyatt swings it to the near wall. Played back out to center. In behind the goal, Wixon plays it up. Arizona comes away with a shot there through traffic, steered away. Another chance there, save made by Wixon. Arizona getting some good chances here so far tonight. Flanders hit the post just moments ago, shot right back in. Can't settle it down. That's Ari Rossi. Rossi reverses that one. Josephson, cross, shot there, tipped on net. Wixon finds it in his pads. It'll hold for a whistle. Good cycle by Arizona and a good chance here with just about 3 gone in the first period.
Yeah, great opportunities from Arizona. I'm going to backtrack a little bit to Flanders' shot. Before the game, we have a little tradition. We take smelling salts before the game. Our eyes widen. My eyes, I think, widened even more by that shot that hit the save. That hit the post over there. And then Arizona, 2 really good opportunities. This is what you expect in a top 25 matchup like this.
Arizona coming in at ranked 14th. UNLV top 5 team once again. Joining Liberty University, Minot State, the defending national champion. Adrian College. Matias Del Monte plays this one up for Jaden Ness. Touches that one back for Fisher, who floats that one in, Sepinen out to play that. Reverses it around for Shively. Shively now, rink wide. Tipped on by Erickson. Del Monte over to Felig. Felig peels back. Leaves that for Wyatt. Wyatt touches that one on under the legs of Fisher. He'll get changed up. Shively. Behind Sepinen, Wyatt, the lone forechecker in for UNLV. Through center, there's Lowell. Lowell gets pressed to the wall. Good puck support. Shot there through traffic. Blocked in front by Rob McCollum. Sacrificing the body. Alec Johnson gets tripped up at the bench and gets bumped hard. Wyatt touches that one out of the zone. Gets as far as the red line. Wyatt retrieves possession. Leaves it off for McCollum. Laid on for Johnson. Alec Johnson around the wall for McCollum. McCollum will just wait, blow his own goal line, and survey the ice. Arizona keeping the neutral zone pressure up. Dipping the shoulder there, driving the net. And around the wall, that was Brendan Williams, formerly of the Oklahoma Warriors in the NAL. Williams up ice for Cosden. Now down low. Arizona still working the zone. UNLV's gonna come away. Max Johnson. He'll float that one in and get changed up. Sepinen. Errant pass. Williams touches it on. Caleb Strong's on that one. Shot there. Tip to the high glass. Heath Mensch plays it on. Jackson Wyatt shot through traffic. Misses that one wide. Luke Burke's in there. Big reverse hit by Burke in the corner. Laying out Cosden. Jacob Cosden, no small man, 6'3", 200. Luke Burke trying to get his team going. There's Cosden gaining the red. Can't play that one all the way in. That's stopped up by Mazzillo. Little pitch and catch between each team. Saucer pass there from Overland. Rink wide. That was Walker who floated that one on in. Just over 5.5 gone in this first period. Arizona still with the pressure. UNLV taking it the other way. That's Strong busting up the left wing. Strong looking. Strong steps in. Shot tipped to the high glass by Kioka. And we have a whistle. Pretty wide open play, Gilly, but it seems the ice is tilted towards the Arizona end.
Yeah, it's definitely tilted towards Arizona end to start off the game. It's because UNLV, other than that one little defensive play that they made because of the errant pass by Sepinen, Arizona's really controlled the ice, and it's really because UNLV's not been able to break up their condensed attack. They've been able to attack together as a team very well so far tonight.
Kelly and Josephson digging in, out to the left of Sepinen. Kelly wins it to Randy, bobbles that puck, played on by Dalmonte, fed down for Kelly. Kelly trying to spin one on, gets tied up by Josephson. Puck whacked out of the zone there by Ari Rossi. UNLV will have to recover in their own end. Arizona playing well on the forecheck. UNLV breaks through, and here's Tristan Rand busting up the right wing. Rand stops up, loses possession of that puck, puts his man Busby against the boards. Mason Kelly on the forecheck, he'll turn. Dances through Busby. Flanders picks it up. Flanders, wraparound chance, sealing the bottom of net was Sepinen. Lost track of the puck there. Kelly couldn't dig it free. Flanders is in on that one below the goal line. Tried to feed it to Rand. Couldn't get there. Kelly finishes his check emphatically on Ari Rossi. UNLV tags up. Barry rings that one in. Kelly in on Busby again, lays the body. Alec Johnson off the wall. Kicks out to the slot. Rand can't get there. Kelly stands up Josephson. His stick was tied up and played back up ice by Brian Erickson. Now here's Flanders. Flanders trying to dance his way to the slot. Gets taken down. Fisher, errant pass. Tried to feed it to Alec Johnson. Johnson gets wrestled to the ice, and here comes Arizona. McCollum's clear, doesn't clear his half of the ice. It's floated back on in. McCollum with the puck again. Leaves it for Alec Johnson. Johnson leaves that up for Falig. Falig lays a saucer pass out for Ness up the left wing boards. Ness tried to play that for McCollum. McCollum takes a spill. Sent back on in deep. Shively turns his back, plays that one up, whacked out of the zone by Erickson. Now Falig at the red line. He'll retreat. Was under siege by Ziegler. Jackson Wyatt around the net for his D partner. Sent up the ice, tipped in by Ness. He'll get changed up. Sepinen touches that one over for Fisher. Falig, good forecheck, feeds it to the slot into the skates of Cole Wyatt and gets poked away by Lowell, and Lowell's gonna start it back the other way. Lowell floats that one in. That's Slack giving chase. Played around, almost stopped up there by Fisher, but Gallant comes away with it. Rink wide pass to the left wing board, sent in, cross corner, kicked away by Lowell. Showing his two-touch soccer skills there. Using the leg to break up that pass. And UNLV is going to have to retreat behind their own net and try and start it out again with just over 8 gone, Gildy. Off the wall and in on Sepinen, off the glass. Max Johnson parked there at the half wall, plays it down low. Round to the point, down Monte, shot through traffic, steered away by Sepinen. Barry pinching, leaves it on for Cole Wyatt. Wyatt can't play that through traffic and whacked out into the Arizona bench, and game day offs Garrett Temple having to duck, as well as Chad Berman, the head coach for UNLV, and
yeah,
Garrett walking by.
No, Garrett was right next to where the puck was. He got a little scared, taped the puck back to the coach. Didn't even realize he knocked down a couple of the sticks from Arizona's team bench. So he
gotta keep
didn't
your head
really
on a
see that
swivel
one.
in a hockey rink.
But UNLV having a little bit of trouble against Arizona's condensed attack, and also on defense. The UNLV, they've had a really tough time really getting that stretch pass that Coach Boney was talking about over the week.
And a stretch pass that couldn't hit its mark right there. Puck gonna come back 200 feet for an icing.
A little bit interesting seeing Arizona stretched the puck out a little bit. Normally they're a little bit more condensed, but all teams will stretch out the puck a little bit. A little bit unorthodox for this Arizona team, though.
UNLV in the zone, strong. It's pressured off the puck. Burke can't play that one through. Dalmonte sends it back in, delayed offsides. Mensch tags up for the Rebels. Mensch gonna be in on that pressure, stops that puck up. It's picked up by Tyler Shetland. Shetland busting up the right wing boards. Big hit on Shetland at the UNLV bench. He's going off no worse for rare, but that could have been a lot worse there.
Yes, absolutely. But it's been 10 minutes into the game. Don't want to be any type of broadcaster jinx or anything like that, but this Arizona team, not a lot of power play opportunities. They don't get themselves into a lot of power plays because they don't draw a lot of penalties. So look for this game to be a little bit different than the GCU series where there was a lot of high action, a lot of special teams. And if there is special teams, UNLV, they have a strong advantage over this Arizona team.
Tyler Shetland gets that puck wrestled away. That's going to be sent on in by Busby. Point to point, Busby holds. He's down off the end boards. Williams can't feed that one back on, but it finds its way on net anyways. Wixon will hold for a whistle.
And the reason why I said that UNLV has a strong advantage on the power play is because the penalty kill for Arizona is really low, down in the 60 percentile. So not where you want to be at your penalty kill percentage. Almost 1 in every 2 almost will go into the back of the net against Arizona.
And UNLV having a lethal power play so far this season. We saw it a lot against GCU. As Flanders whacks that one in. Kelly in pursuit. Josephson can't play that one through. Rand pressuring Josephson. Rand comes away with it. Tristan Rand dancing. Rand gets chopped at, takes a spill, and here comes Arizona. Rink wide pass, can't connect. Intended for Kioka. Now on the near wall. Now down low, fed back out, off the glass, and out of the zone, and here's Flanders, 2-on-1. Flanders steps in, shoots off the glove of Sepinen. Loose puck, and he finally finds it, and Rand taking on everybody in front of the cage. 3 white jerseys against 1 red, and Rand giving the official a piece of his mind, and he's not having it. Saying knock it off just straight to his face.
Well, I mean, that's a complicated situation because the puck was loose. And the Arizona defenders were playing it like it was already a frozen puck. So when there's misunderstanding about where the puck is, it's never going to end good. And I'm actually surprised that it only ended with that much extracurricular activity done.
Just a quick little warning from the official.
Yeah, normally in these games, they normally get sent into the box, both of them, for roughing after, and then we're stuck in a 4-on-4, you know.
Refs letting him play so far. Here's Fisher playing that one in. Gets it on his own puck. Fisher around the goal. Gives this one a skate. Fisher dipping the shoulder. Still around the horn. Leaves it for Mazzillo. Mazzillo pumps back down low for Fisher. Fisher grabs that. Pirouettes. Fisher turns one on off the side of the cage. Everyone thought it was in.
Even Fisher thought it was in. He had his hands up.
Even Failing and Ness, who were right there, they thought it was in. I saw the Twine move guilty, but just...
Well, the puck was in the net, just in the back of the back of the net.
On the opposite side there. You got the goal light going on behind him as well. Just
well, Fisher shoots it, you see it in the back of the net, and you see the goal light, you normally think you're good, but unfortunately it didn't go in for him.
Dalmonte pumps through traffic. Tipped wide, got a loose stick. Back to Dalmonte. Dalmonte dives and knifes that one through. That was slack. Now to the near half wall, Lowell touches that one on there for Swagger. Swagger gets stopped up, played up to the blue. Bodies flying. Now in the near corner. UNLV trying to break it out. They break it out, they'll get changed up. That goes in on Sepinen. Up ice there and pass. Down the sheet. Stopped up by Alec Johnson. Johnson now starting it out. Up the gut for Gallant, to the wing for Johnson. Out, Max Johnson tries to play that one through. Over to Cole Wyatt. Wyatt from the half wall, can't feed that one through Dylan Walker. Gallant gets upended in the corner. And here comes Arizona again, that's Hodgson. It's played up ice, icing waved off. Williams in on that, Wixon plays it to the near wall, and now here comes UNLV the other way. 2-on-2, Gallant with Wyatt. Gallant dances through his man, feeds it back over for McCollum, who finds it, feeds it to the slot, tipped on by Cole Wyatt. And a good save positionally for Sepinen, one-on-one the other way. UNLV wins that puck battle. Max Johnson into the skates of Cole Wyatt, who scoops that one back in. Sepinen stops it. Over for Shively. Shively around for Kioka. Leaves that for Shively to quarterback this rush. Shively. Up ice. It's Rossi. Seared further. He hit his man, Sam Myers, but UNLV is going to come away with possession now at the near wall. Played to the gut for Burke. Leaves it on for Strong. Strong shoots, misses the net. Wide, trying to go to glove side. Hard pass, Burke, saucer pass. Back to Jackson Wyatt from the slot, blocked in front. Good chance for the sophomore defenseman from the high slot. Good traffic by Arizona. Clog in the middle, Mazzillo pinching. Lifted out of the zone, way up high, down the length of the ice.
Too many close to hitting Ronaldo. Way too many this game.
And we got an icing on Arizona. I mean, that's what you got to do sometimes, is just
send it, you know.
Just when in doubt, glassing out. And I mean, if it goes 200 feet fast enough, I mean, you got an icing. Tired guys are out there, but just got to get it out. UNLV getting some good possession.
Yeah, what we got to do is win the face-off and clear it in a way that's not icing, so that you could get a new fresh line of legs out. Because if you look at it, it's the first and third. You're allowed to do that a little bit more easily, not the long change period. So you're able to get away with it a little bit more easily.
Ran shot through traffic, blocked away. Floated on up. Doesn't get past Rand, who floats it back in. Shively's in on that one, under pressure from Flanders. Shively cuts to the center. Leaves that one on for Fisher. Ryan Fisher gains the red. Fisher gaining the zone now. Pulls up, dances to the below the goal line. Fisher pressed up against the wall by Del Monte. Kelly comes away with it. Touch pass there by Berry to Flanders, who can't knife it through. Played back on in by Shetland. Or Malco, excuse me. Flanders cross corner dump way up off the end boards. Settled down by Fisher, who plays that one off the wall. And up ice, touched on there from Malco, who can't play that one through. He'll recover. Malco on net, touch pass by Sepinen. Fisher plays it up. Gets as far as the red cleanly. Nonetheless, it's in the UNLV defensive zone. Up ice, played back on through. That was Cosden playing it down low. Lowell's in on that one, scoops it to the near wall. Big check there, shot there through traffic. Doesn't make it on net for Wixon. Now below the goal. UNLV trying to break it out, gets as far as Cosden. Plays on back over for Overland. Down low now again. Arizona working it. And now here's Ness, who tries to flip that one, doesn't get past Cosden. Cosden gets to the red and flips it back in. Fresh legs coming on for you, Arizona. Del Monte playing this one. Gonna quarterback this rush, feeds it to the near wall. Up the left wing boards, here comes UNLV. Play it back on. No clean zone entry there, bit of a mess. And Arizona turns it the other way. Reverse pass to the slot. Shot there, just whistles that one over the net. Jaden Ness is on that one at his half wall. Now he comes up the right wing, gains the wall, and he gets taken down by Swagger. Eddie Slack plays that one on in. Wixon stops it up. Rings it around the wall. That gets stopped up in the corner. Here comes UNLV. That's Fisher floating that one on in. Cole Wyatt's going to be in on that forecheck. Wyatt up against two players. He loses that puck battle. Long flip down the length of the ice for an icing, and got some Barking from the Arizona bench. That was a pretty close call there, Gildy.
I thought actually this one, I normally say, hey, it's a judgment call. I think it was an incorrect call. Also, I thought that Hunter Hodgson, I thought he got a piece of it as well. Even if he didn't, I thought he was the farthest one down the ice.
It looks like Dylan Walker was in there too.
I don't understand that call at all, quite honestly. And normally we're down the middle, but we're hired by UNLV, and we're saying that Arizona got a pretty bad call there.
Regardless, they'll play on, trying to get some fresh legs and clear the zone. Up ice, Shetland, excuse me, plays that one up ice for Williams. Williams skates in, rink wide feed, pumps, shoots, big save, Wixon. What a chance there from Dylan Walker, the Chicago native, getting that rink wide feed, but having to bobble that puck instead of trying to crank it on might have cost him.
Yeah, the hesitation there, like what, you have Wixon on the ropes, you got the boxer on the ropes, and they don't lay out the final punch. You say, you know what, let him get into position, then lay out the punch. It doesn't work out like that. Wixon was able to make the save, but maybe he would have had a better opportunity if he cranked it on the first shot.
Here comes UNLV now. Dylan Ford plays it down low. Max Johnson up ice, Cole Wyatt reverses that one for Ford at the point. Ford rings it down low, Gallant's on that one. Bradley Gallant turns away from Shetland. Gallant moves on in, Gallant puts one on, he scores! Bradley Gallant going to work below the goal line, turns away from Tyler Shetland, puts her home, 1-0.
Bradley Gallant is probably the hottest player on this team so far. Scoring, goals, assists, any type of point. He is the difference maker. He's the type of person that can elevate a team. And he just did just now. All game, all season so far, Gallant has been great with the puck handling, has been great with finding a way to put it into the back of the net. And I really like how he gets those scrappy goals. He's able to go into the crease and find a way to get the puck into the back of the net. He's done that multiple times this year. He's able to make shots in the slot. He's an all-around hockey player. That's Bradley Gallant for you.
Couldn't have said it better myself. I mean, the 3 years I've been around this team, Gildy, Gallant's really grown as a hockey player. He's always been a hustler. He's always been in. Back in the day, you used to call the penalty killing line of him and Michael Batuzov the Energizer Bunnies. They'd be the first guys in, the last guys out. But Gallant's really turned it up skill level wise in the last couple of seasons, and you could just see the confidence oozing from him as he's playing with the puck, playing away from the puck. And it pays dividends. And as you mentioned, he elevated UNLV there, but that could easily deflate the Wildcats because they were getting good chances. They started out well, but now, I mean, you're down 1-0 late in the first. That can really take the wind out of your sails. A shot there from Burke. Sails wide. Almost cleared out. Mensch versus that for Barry. Barry gets that knife past him by Rossi. Only gets as far as the blue line. UNLV back with possession. Pass is picked off, and here's Will Josephson up the left wing. Josephson under pressure from Del Monte. Good stick from him to poke it away. Steered back on in by Lowell. Near wall now, 2 to go in this first period. Strong dumps that one in. Played back on, stopped up by Burke. Burke can't steer that one through. That's floated on by Kioka. Bouncing puck. Frozen by Wixon, 1:43 to go.
You talk about a deflated Wildcats team. This is a time that they could try to energize themselves a little bit. They got themselves a face-off on the other side of the ice in their offensive zone. They've been outshot 9-5 so far. Let's see if they can get a couple more shots, maybe find a way to even it up before the end of the period.
Offensive zone draw given a good chance for Arizona to do so. UNLV seems to have come away with possession. Flanders pressed to the wall by Lowell in the corner. Now D to D. Cross-ice feed, whiffing on that one with swagger, and here comes UNLV the other way. Tristan Rand gets stopped up. Plays that one rink wide. That's sent cross corner, snipped out of the air by Sepinen, who will hold for a whistle, and Mason Kelly skates by him and takes a cross check from Kioka, and they come face to face, and cooler heads will prevail.
I'm doing the math right now, and I know I only did Math 120 at UNLV, but is right now Bradley Gallant at a 2-point-a-game average? I think he is.
I don't know the official numbers on that. We'll have
Because
to
right
check
now
we'll have to
we're
check
at
in on
game
that,
we're at
but
game 8 right now, right?
Yeah,
And right now Gallant is at
Or we're-
15 points.
roughly,
at
roughly,
15.
just maybe just under.
Well, if he scores a second one, because after 7 he was at 14. So right now he's a 2-point-a-game player. That's
Tearing it up so far.
tearing it up.
Big hit there by Max Johnson in the offensive zone. Crowd comes to life a minute ago now in the period. Played up ice, there's Williams. Williams leaves it on, shot there by Fisher. Tipped wide. Arizona working it. Williams looking for a tip. Shot there through traffic, blocked by Cole Wyatt. Wyatt floats it off the glass. Settled down in his own blue line by Shively. Now Williams reverses, picked off by Gallant. Gallant with about 20 to go. Gallant dances away from pressure, feeds it to Rand. Rand busted up the wing, shot steered to the high glass by the blocker of Sepinen. 15 to go now. Rand up ice for Dalmonte. He'll hold, shoots through traffic into the chest of Nicholas Sepinen, and he'll hold for a whistle with 12 to go.
Great defensive possession by both Wyatts there at the beginning. Jackson Wyatt prevented a pass that could have been a breakaway for Arizona. Then Cole Wyatt was able to clear out the puck out of the zone. It's almost like Jackson was the one to start it, and Cole was the one to finish it in the last drive. But also, look at not Cole Wyatt. Look at Bradley Gallant with that amazing pass to Tristan Rand. He's been all over it this period. We'll talk about it at the end of the period.
Kelly and Josephson digging in. Josephson wins that draw for Arizona. Feeds it to Flanders. Fed on and they score. Tristan Rand breaking through in here late. UNLV going up 2.
What a pass from Flanders. That's what you call awareness right there. Know where your teammates are. Eyes behind the back of his head, right, Dom? And look at that. Gave Rand a little tap in right there. Almost like the Happy Gilmore. Just tap it in.
Taparoo, Gildy. It could be the fishbowl that Flanders has got. Maybe he saw the reflection in the full face shield to allow him to make that pass, but they are line mates, so that could be attributed to the chemistry as the horn sounds. First 20 is done. UNLV up 2.
Halloween's coming up. And maybe Happy Gilmore just tapping in for one of those two. Unbelievable right there with that goal right before the end of the period. Now you look at this Arizona team. They look deflated from that. But other than that, look at Bradley Gallant. His ability to pass the puck, his awareness, just like Flanders throughout the period. He was able to make a pass between an Arizona defender's legs. He was able to score a goal. He also almost made an assist there on a pass to Rand. And Rand, he was able to redeem himself from the shot earlier that didn't go into the back of the net with a goal that Flanders literally gave right in front of him. But Arizona's side, they've had some good offensive zone time, but they haven't been able to find the back of the net. And that's because they haven't put enough shots on net. They've only put in 5 shots on net. That's not enough for them.
We'll see what Arizona can do after a quick break. Second period coming up right around the corner. Stay with us. Welcome back inside of City National Arena. Second period on the docket. Here tonight on the call, as always, it's myself, Dominic DeVaw, joined by Ryan Gilder. If you're just tuning in, thank you for tuning in. And if you've been watching all the way through, thank you for sticking with us, Gildy. Through 20 minutes, UNLV is up 2.
Yeah, UNLV's up 2. A couple of crucial plays for them. It's really been who's been able to execute on their opportunities. UNLV, they've been able to get more shots. They've been able to find the back of the net twice. Both times, very good possessions. Gallant made an amazing goal, and Flanders had eyes in the back of his head, turned it back, and Rand got an easy goal off of a pass that was behind the back of his head. But back to you, Dom, with about a minute left or less than that before the second period here.
So we're about to take the ice once again for the second period. We're going to throw it back to the intermission. Ringside reporter Zoe Salas standing by with Cole Wyatt. Give it a look.
All right, here with Cole Wyatt. Cole, what were you seeing from Arizona in the beginning? And how do you guys think you're going to continue to, tackle it for the next period?
Yeah, we've seen it with this team in the past. They're a well-structured team. They skate well, and they play their system to a T. So we just got to keep to our game, play simple, get pucks deep, and just get gritty goals here.
How do you, you guys have already made 2 goals so far. How do you continue to keep it up in the next period against them? And how are they performing? Did you expect this from them? It's been kind of a tough game out there.
Yeah, anytime we play these guys down in their rink here, you expect a fast-paced game, but both of our goals, just hard-working goals, get pucks to the net, get bodies to the net, and we're just going to look here for the next 2 periods, get some more like that.
Thank you so much, Cole.
Thank you.
Dom, let's get it back to you.
Thank you for that, Zoe. Taking a look at the first period stats here. UNLV has the advantage in the shots department, 12-5. No penalties so far here tonight, Gildy. And some keys. UNLV cleaned it up in the neutral zone a little bit. Arizona's playing really well through the middle of the ice, kind of breaking up some passes. UNLV's starting to come into their own. And Arizona, just zone time. You just keep grinding, keep the zone time, and something will break through.
I think zone time matters, but also getting more shots on net really matters, and that comes from getting more zone time. But also, we got to talk about Zoe being a workhorse out here, wearing open foot shoes. I don't know how to name them, but
at an ice rink.
open-toed heels. Feet are out. They're numb already in the second period. I don't know how she's doing it, but good for her.
Fuzzy socks might be in the forecast for Zoe tomorrow night as we're back underway here in this middle period. WCHL action.
Yeah, it's plus
going on.
It's plus 250 right now for her to wear them again tomorrow.
Closed-toed shoes are a must for an ice rink with Zoe in her rookie year, so to speak.
And that might be the rookie mistake right there as well.
Shot there from Max Johnson, snipped out of the air by Stepanin. 28 seconds in, got an offensive zone draw for UNLV.
If you hear this, right now you're listening to the PA announcement of the goal from the end of last period because it was right before the end of the period. And I was actually supposed to PA a tiny bit of this game, Dom. There was going to be a little bit of time maybe before the game or in the pregame, barely into the game, where I'll be actually doing the PA because Joel was doing a high school football game. And the only thing I got to do was a sound check. But City National got to hear me do that sound check, Dom.
Definitely guilty. AJ Reed would have been on the color until you got settled in there. Bit of a different crew, but we make it work. Joel, ever present in the Las Vegas community, does PA announcing for high schools, play-by-play, you name it, just all over the places. Here's Shetland who bobbles that puck. And with a minute away, that's going to be floated back on in and stopped up by Wixon.
It was kind of funny. It was almost like I was preparing like I was going to have to do the whole game. I went through the whole script. And I memorized all the lines, and I was ready to go. So it's almost like we have 2 PA announcers ready to go at the same time.
Always good to have that shot there in tight by Mensch. Still rustled on. Stepanin finding one cross, and he scores. That's Rob McCollum taking the cross-ice feed. UNLV goes up 3.
That's what you call an unlucky bounce there for Arizona. Stepanin had a tough time being able to hold on to the puck, went off of his blocker, and Robbie McCollum had a yawning net, and he took advantage, scoring the 3rd goal for the Rebels today.
McCollum giving fists to Zach Wixon. And Rob McCollum, the ever-explosive players, just breaks out for some sort of big goal and just gets the place jumping. So we're back underway. Heath Mensch spins that one in. Burke picks it up, dances to the slot. Luke Burke puts it below the goal. Burke stops up, peels out. Burke up ice for McCollum. Latest goal scorer. Across for Johnson. Shot blocked over to McCollum. McCollum pumps. Burke lets that one pass him by. Loose puck picked up now by Myers. Myers now takes a return pass, gets sent to the ice. Alec Johnson was one laying the body. Luke Burke sends that one up. Can't be chopped down by Jared Overland. He'll get in on that puck, pressure by Mensch. Reverses it up ice off the stick of Ari Rossi. Jackson White and Hunter Mazzillo play catch in their own zone. Mazzillo up to the near wall. Spun back off the wall for Rand. Rand plays that one in. Here's Rand, shot off the pad there. Sepinen kicked out to the half wall. Puck hopping over the stick of Mazzillo. Jackson Wyatt back to recover. Wyatt up ice for Rand. Rand up the left wing boards. Rand moving on in, shoots, tries to roof it on Sepinen. Looks like it went off the side of the cage. Flanders up for Rand. Rand lets the shot go from the high slot. Blocked in front, feeds one on, shot again, Mason Kelly. Can't feed that one on in tight. Flanders with another drive. Flanders below the goal line, feeds it up for Jackson Wyatt. Wyatt looking, over from Mazzillo. Mazzillo, shot through traffic, sticked away. UNLV with a couple of good chances here in the second period. Jackson Wyatt, that puck hops over his stick. Puck race, Flanders loses that one. Drop pass there, big hit, shot there in tight, blue paint. Good chance there from Malco. Jackson Wyatt retrieves his lumber. Played out of the zone only as far as the red line. Puck skips onto Wixon. Mazzillo over for Wyatt. Jackson Wyatt is going to have to chop that one up. Puck skips in. Handled by Sepinen. Now played at the near wall. Now here's Jesse Lowell, the captain. Lowell from the left wing, feeds it to the center of the ice. Backhand shot shoveled on. Pad save there by Wixon on the second chance effort. That was Swagger skying that one. Got a stoppage of play, just over 4 gone.
And Bailey trying to find Ness there on the stretch pass. That was what Coach was emphasizing in practice this week. But whatever's been going on has been working for UNLV. They haven't been having too many stretch opportunities. Just they've been grinding. They've been going past the Arizona Wildcats today.
We got some pushing and shoving at the faceoff dot. Jaden Ness jousting with somebody, trying to get the number. Dylan Walker. They'll play on. Brendan Williams to Shetland. Shetland with speed. Feeds it to the slot. Steered on there by Williams on the return pass. Wixon kicking out the pad to make the save. And here's Fisher gaining the red. Floats that one in. Sepinen stops it up behind his own net and reverses. Now up the left wing boards. Here's Arizona. Bradley Gallant breaking up that breakout. UNLV keeping the pressure up. Gallant tried to feed Max Johnson, looking for a one-timer at the point. Gets poked out. Wixon with a pass to Gallant. Johnson off the wall. And it sent back up ice. Now here's Williams. Now cross ice feed, shot there through traffic. That was Shively missing the net. Now here's McCollum. To Johnson. Max Johnson with a shot into the chest of Sepinen, and he'll hold for a whistle.
Yeah, but unfortunate end of the period, start to the second period there for the Wildcats. End of the first period, giving up a goal in the last 2 minutes of the game, and then start off the first 2 minutes of the second period giving up a goal. And that increased the deficit from 1 all the way to 3.
Face-off won by Caleb Strong. Puck controlled through center. Shot there from the wing, held by Wixon. That was Sam Myers putting it on goal.
Pretty surprised Wixon held it instead of trying to do something miraculous with the puck normally.
Just pitch it real quick.
He's a little bit more risky with the puck, but it does have rewards. You see there hasn't been a penalty yet so far today. Normally Wixon in home games this year, he's given up so far he's gotten 3 penalties drawn on him at home so far this season.
No penalties thus far, hoping no announcer's curse. UNLV keeping the forecheck on in the zone. That puck skips out, stopped up at the red by Burke, who tries to turn that one back in, and turns out and it misses and goes into the bench, and we got some extracurriculars. Burke, I don't know if our cameras caught it, but Burke and Will Josephson exchanging words, and Burke gives Josephson a shot and snaps his twig in two. And a frustrated Josephson finds a new stick. No penalties aside, still guilty.
No penalty assigned, a couple $100 down the drain, and Josephson goes back into the game with a new stick. He's right now on the bench, but he'll be back in a couple shifts.
We got a slash there on Flanders on the far side of the face-off circle. Trying to get the number on the Arizona player lined up next to him. It's Connor Ziegler. Ziegler trying to jam at that one and jam it out. Stopped up, and Ziegler gets it out off the wall. Jackson Wyatt for Dylan Ford. Ford up ice for Flanders. Flanders leaves it on for Kelly. Kelly plays it off the wall. Ziegler stops it up. Flanders can't dance his way through. Ziegler stands up Tristan Rand, and that's going to be sent on in, steered to the corner. Shot there off the pad there of Sepinen. Another feed from Berry. Misses wide. Broken stick out there. Arizona getting a change. UNLV can't take advantage of the short-handed Arizona team, and here they come with numbers. Arizona skating on in, feeds it across the ice. Shot there and tight, and they score! Brian Erickson, the Gilbert, Arizona native, breaking through for the Wildcats.
Yeah, Brian Erickson got a good opportunity there. 3-on-1 attack, you know that there's going to be an opportunity to shoot it. Earlier in the game, Wildcats had a similar opportunity on the other side of the ice. Took a couple hesitations there. It was Walker, I believe. It took the shot too late. That time, Erickson took it at the right time, was able to find the back of the net. 3-1's the score.
Still no shutout for Zach Wixon so far this season, but that doesn't take away from his spectacular play. Got a reset in the face-off dot. It's Fisher and Swagger digging in. Here comes Arizona with new life. Arizona skating in, shot there through traffic. Knocked down by Falik. Dalmonte trying to wrestle a puck away. Steered to the slot by Slack, but picked off. Fisher spinning away from a hit. Falik giving chase. Fed to the slot there. No UNLV sticks in range. McCollum gets buried right at the Arizona bench, trying to field a pop fly, if you want to call it that. Stretch pass, chop down. Chopped at there, shot there from in tight, blocked by Alec Johnson. Arizona still pressuring. Wixon trying to find it, and he does, and Brendan Williams getting the business from McCollum.
Couple of good opportunities there for Arizona, even though they're on angle. Wixon, he needed to kind of lift his shoulder a little bit to be able to make that save, and then was able to freeze the puck there to force the face-off in the defensive zone.
Face-off won by Arizona. They're working it around. Shetland down low, pressured by Gallant. Fed up ice. That's Hodgson. Hodgson takes the return pass. Feeds back over for Walker. Walker steps in. Shot poked away by Wyatt. Gallant plays that one out. There's Williams. Brendan Williams plays it off the skate of Alec Johnson. And Cole Wyatt looking to spring Alec Johnson, the defenseman, in behind the other team's defense. He'll get back to his post. McCollum fields it. McCollum up ice off the wall for Wyatt. Rink wide for Johnson. There's Alec. Play it through. Alec, snapshot through the middle of the ice, gets knocked down as it's directed up into the high netting.
Even though, look at the score, it's 3-1 UNLV. They're out shooting Arizona right now. It's 21-10. Pretty significant. The one thing I'll say Arizona's doing well is they're stopping UNLV from the ability to stretch past the puck a lot. It looks like UNLV, all the possessions that they've had to grind it all the way up the ice, and they've been able to keep the puck in the offensive zone, which is very good. But not a lot of times that UNLV's been able to stretch the puck, really stretch the ice around Arizona tonight.
Face-off won by UNLV. Mazzillo controls, plays it down. Burke. Burke, one-time chance for Mensch. Off the pad of Sepin, and good stop from that drive. Puck flipped out down the length of the ice. Burn ice.
A lot of icing tonight for University of Arizona. I know there hasn't been a lot of special teams tonight, but not a good idea to ice the puck a lot, because now it's the second period. You can get away with it in the first and third a little bit more, but second period, you really got to clear it. You got to clear it deep. If you just clear it outside the zone, you're not good to get a line change. You have to clear it all the way, probably to the back of the ice there, to be able to line change against UNLV here.
Arizona controls. Now through the center of the ice. Some flying bodies at the opposite boards. Strong finds it and plays it up for Mensch. Now here's Heath Mensch. Leaves it on for Burke, offsides. And Burke lets a shot go after the whistle, and that draws the ire of some of the Wildcats. They'll get all separated and figured out.
Oh, that's really good defensively by the Wildcats, being able to not let UNLV enter their offensive zone, because UNLV, they haven't been able to stretch the puck a lot. Arizona's done a good job with that, but there has been times that UNLV's been able to get into their offensive zone. And once UNLV enters their offensive zone, they've been deadly tonight. So Arizona, they got to keep it up. Right now, they've given up 3 goals. Right now, that's the average that they give up in a game. So if they're able to keep this the same and generate some offense, they're not in that bad of shape as it looked like when they were down 3-0.
Arizona is close to breaking through. Barry sends that one into the zone. Score can be a bit deceiving, a pretty even game thus far.
And remember, 2 of the goals are scored within 3 minutes of each other. So if you take away those 3 minutes of hockey, you play the rest of the game, it would be tied 1-1.
Both of those goals coming late in the first period. Bradley Gallant and Tristan Rand, the goal scorers for UNLV. Shot there off the cuff of the trapper of Wixon. Big hit on Tristan Rand by Ryan Malco, keeping the forecheck up. Cross-ice feed, shot there through traffic. Played up into the netting, and Wixon gets bumped.
Yeah, Rand went the wrong way on a one-way street. It looked like he turned around straight to a U of A defender. And yeah, he just got met, but that's what happens when you make a left on a one-way street that's supposed to go right. That's exactly what happens. Right there. I mean, Rand, he just turned the absolute wrong direction there. And he had to face the consequences of it.
Going back with the goal scorer for Arizona, Brian Erickson, formerly of the Phoenix Junior Coyotes AAA program. Staying home in Arizona. As Mason Kelly digs us out, Dylan Ford tangled up with Brian Williams in the back of the play. Matias Del Monte is posted for a roughing call, and guilty. I didn't really see that one happen. It's pretty quiet roughing call there.
Especially,
As we got another whistle.
especially for how much happened earlier in the game. I didn't even know that there was a penalty on the board. UNLV's on the penalty kill, I guess.
Already 31 seconds gone off that penalty.
So this is something that's been pretty rare for U of A this season. This is a power play. They've only had 17 so far in all their 6 games, and they've scored on 5 of them, which is positive, but they've only had 17 opportunities. So you haven't really seen much from this power play.
Gonna get a good look at it here. Shetland floats it in. It's running around. Turn back down low. Fed up to the point. Now across. There's Malco with a drive. Pad save. Kicked out to Sam Myers. Now back over. Malco. Looking. Ryan Malco from the near wall. Down low. Tipped over the stick there of Rossi. Gallant takes a tumble. Gallant plays it up. Stopped up by Shetland. Shetland digs it out. Plays it up. Now back over Malco. Malco steps in, looking, tries to feed Shetland in the slot. Shetland still open. Catches that pass, feeds one on, sticked away by Wixon. Malco plays that one back around. And Jared Overland couldn't hustle back. Fresh power play unit out for Arizona. 20 to go on the Del Monte penalty. Now played up ice. Now back in. Looking on in. Shot there. Shouldered away by Wixon. Good chance there from Dylan Walker. Cross ice for Brian Williams. Now back up. Now left on. That's Swagger. Now back over for Overland. Now for Walker. Walker looking from the point. Shot there through traffic into the chest of Wixon. And UNLV back to full strength. Pretty solid kill, but pretty good chances from Arizona.
Yeah, really good chances from Arizona. Very small sample size, so you know in their penalty kill, that's not been going good. But for the power play, 5 of 17, that's a little around 30% right there. So they're at UNLV's level. The only thing is that the sample size is too small, so you can't really tell where it really is at. But I think it looked pretty good, and if they got another opportunity, they would have a really good chance of scoring, if they looked like that at least.
Brendan Failig plays that through traffic and floats it in. He's in on his own loose puck. Plays that around, and UNLV in the zone, working it down low. In tight, back down low. Arizona coming away with it. Here comes the Wildcats. Here's Josephson. Josephson dipping the shoulder. Tries to turn it on. Punched away by the blocker of Wixon. Josephson still working it down low. Spins it on up. That slack fed on in the slot. Wixon makes a save. And we got some pushing and shoving. Fisher incensed with Josephson. Fisher still barking at Josephson. Alec Johnson talking with Ziegler, 22 opposite him.
Yeah, Josephson with his brand new stick kind of whacked at the glove of Wixon, and Ness and Fisher didn't like it too much, nor should they.
Face off out to the left of Wixon. That's Swagger and Strong digging in, and Strong is going to win that one. Jesse Lowell gets taken to the ice by Del Monte. Puck comes the other way. Puck gets as far as the red line just about. Mensch picks this puck up, feeds it to Burke. Burke can't feed it back to the middle of the ice. Knifed back on by Del Monte. Shot there through traffic. Stopped by Sepinen. Barry, D-to-D for Del Monte. Del Monte stepping in, lets a shot go. Matias Del Monte's shot saved. Now here comes Arizona the other way. Headman in this rush is Lowell. Lowell floated that one on in. Wixon stops it up. Mensch plays it for Strong, loses an edge. Strong pushes that one on, shot there. Back into the chest of Wixon. Causing getting an offensive zone draw for Arizona.
Beginning of the possession, the referee took a little bit of a shot. Was able to get right back up. Pretty impressive there. But hockey officiating Not an easy gig.
I mean, you're wearing the visor, can take pucks, sticks, skates, elbows,
Fist.
knees, arms, fists, anything to the face. You're in the middle of the play. I mean, football officials deal with it a little bit. Every official essentially deals with it.
There's no
But
safe officiating job. Football, you can get run over. In baseball, you can get hit by the
take
pitch.
a line drive.
Well, also, if you're behind the plate, you can get hit still where you're not wearing pads.
Here's Rand in, shoots and misses the net. Tristan Rand looking for his second tonight. Just skying that one. And Mazzillo chops that clearance attempt down, and Shetland picks up the dump-in attempt from Rand. Touched on by Williams. Now here comes Arizona. Around the goal, fed to the slot, mess in front. Bouncing puck on net, and Wixon finds it. Bit of an odd play there. That was Dylan Walker trying to go low to high.
Odd play there. This, I think, the first or second time I brought this term up. That was some controlled chaos there. You look at Wixon. He knew where the puck was the whole time. I did not. Even though I should have been able to find the puck easier than Wixon in that situation because I had a better angle, Wixon knew where the puck was the whole time. He was calm, cool, collective, made the save.
Bradley Gallant and Tyler Shetland digging in. Gallant wins it to Hunter Mazzillo. Mazzillo will use his own cage as a shield from Williamson. Mazzillo up ice for Gallant. Gallant can't get it clean, and he just chops it on it. Fed on in. Jackson Wyatt's going to hop on that. Played up, Max Johnson. Gets that one knifed away, settled down now by Mazzillo. He'll watch. Leaves it on for Wyatt. Jackson Wyatt up the right wing boards, and UNLV gains his own. Cross-ice feed, chopped away. Now here comes Will Josephson the other way. Josephson from the right wing boards. Josephson feeds one on, kicked away. Now on in deep. Sam Myers fires one wide. Max Johnson's in on that loose puck. Kept on it by Kioka. Kioka plays it back down low. Josephson on that one. Josephson feeds it out front, poked away by Alec Johnson, and we got a whistle. And a good chance for Arizona. The net came off its moorings. That'll explain the stoppage. 4:33 to go.
But Connor Ziegler on that 2-on-1, a little interesting. He didn't take the left side of the ice. He stayed too close to the puck handler, and on the rebound opportunity, he wasn't there for it.
Just kicked out to nobody.
And you know the Rangers, and you know that puck that's rebounded off the right side of the goaltender that gets put into the back of the net, that just looks at me with distraught. Yeah.
Off
But
the wall.
I've gotten plenty of those so far this season, so it doesn't really faze me much.
Johnson feeds it center of the net. Driving the net. Shot there on Sepinen, it looks like. Directed to the corner. Now Alec Johnson for Burke. Burke's pass is chopped down. Burke gets taken out in the open ice by Malco. Here comes Arizona the other way. Good stick by McCollum, knocking down that soft pass for Malco. Put on net into the blue paint. Wixon gets run over, and Strong jousting with Ziegler, and Ziegler's really been in the mix here as of late, and Strong's not happy.
Strong's not happy, but he was very, very close to putting in an accidental own goal. Puck went off of his stick, almost went through the 5-hole of Wixon. That's why when the puck went there, he tried to hug him over to make sure the puck didn't go past the red line there into the back of the net. That's what we talk about, bad bouncing shirts. UNLV has 2 goals right out ahead of Arizona. And that was almost a bad bounce for them.
Jesse Lowell puts one on. Stopped and held by Wixon. Face off coming out back to the same side as the last one.
Very similar play happened against GCU with Jesse Lowell. He takes that face off, goes straight to the net, and tries to get a shot off. Did that on the power play, that time in full strength. against the Rebels.
Played on in. Here's Barry. Barry's pass can't be touched in by Falig. Sepinen steps out and stops it up, cancels the ice, and Sepinen stuck back out behind his net. He scrambles back to the blue paint. UNLV can't turn one on. Barry, his shot's blocked, work to the point. Dalmonte shot through traffic. Doesn't make it through and sent back down.
Sepinen did his best Zach Wixon impression, and it didn't really go too well for him.
Got stuck in traffic behind his own cage. Dalmonte's pass can't find anybody. UNLV still working the zone. D to D. Now down low. UNLV getting some fresh legs out. Ford feeds it on. Blocked in front. UNLV still trying to work the zone, get a shot. Keeping the zone is Rand. Rand dipping the shoulder, moving on in. Can't get a shot on. There's Rand, still dancing. Rand puts one on net. We got a save made by Sepinen and a whistle.
That's one of those opportunities. There's 5 guys on the ice for a reason. You got to be able to pass the puck around a little bit. Rand holding on to the puck just a little too long. I think there a lot of guys open waiting for the puck there. Could have passed the puck a little bit, maybe get a better opportunity than a backhanded odd angle shot.
Offensive zone draw for UNLV. Won by Mason Kelly. Ford feeds it down low. Kelly's in on that in the corner. Puck chopped at. Arizona comes away with possession off the glass. Down the length of the ice. Ford settles it down and plays it back up. Puck played back in. Skating in is Shetland, shaking off a check from Ford. Shetland trying to feed the slot. Settled down at the point there by Hunter Josephson. Loose puck cleared away from the blue paint by Ford. Played down low for Williams. Williams puts on the brakes, turns the other way. Williams spins one on through the blue paint. Flanders picks this one up. And here's Nick Flanders up the right wing. Flanders leaves that one on for Rand. Rand picks it up. Tries to feed it to the slot. Tristan Rand can't connect. Alec Johnson sends it back in. Reverse hit. Lays out Williams. Under 90 seconds to go in this middle period. Shot there from way outside. Gloved by Wixon.
That's a strike right there in Little League, but college baseball for the UNLV Hustling Rebels, that's a ball a little bit high.
Just a bit high?
Just a bit high. The letters, people are like, oh, it's up in the letters. People think that's where the strike zone is. No, it's a little bit lower than that. Think about maybe like the belly button, maybe a little above the belly button. That's the top of the strike zone.
Good eye from umpire Gildy. Shot there through traffic, tipped wide by the stick of Josephson.
Little did you know, that was my first ever job. I did it for over 11, or I did it for 10 years.
Jeez.
Been doing it since I was 10, and now I'm 20. So I still technically umpire.
Possible post play-by-play and colored career in retirement as UNLV still trying to keep it in. Bradley Gallant skates in, shoots as he's fallen. Can't get it on, turned on net. Shot there through traffic. Misses wide, delayed penalty upcoming on Arizona. And UNLV going to the power play for the first time, and it looks like they're talking to Luke Busby. It looks like he's going to be going and waiting.
Now this is the opportunity for UNLV to pounce right here. A penalty kill for Arizona that's not been strong so far this season. Sitting in the 60, they're around the 60s percentile right now on the penalty kill against a UNLV team that scores on about 30% of their power plays. This is a matchup that favors UNLV. And let's see if they're able to take advantage of it and extend their lead to 3.
Power play is wiped. Looks like we're 4-on-4.
So when did that happen, Dom? Because I didn't even see the penalty original. I didn't even see the original penalty. It was on the odd angle for me.
It's been a rough night for penalty calls so far here. 4-on-4. Busby and Cole Wyatt going to the box with 34 to go in the second period. Awaiting on the actual call. Coming over the PA system momentarily, under 30 to go. Plenty of ice out there. Shetland gets bumped to the ice by Del Monte. Played out by Strong. Now here's Berry. Berry moves on in, shoots. Deflected wide in the final 5 seconds of the period. And the horn sounds on the second period here on some Thursday night, late night hockey. UNLV leads 3-1.
3-1 lead. I mean, second period much more even than the first period, but take away the first minute and a half. This period favored Arizona. Arizona, they got a goal. They're pushing on offense a little bit. They got themselves a power play, and they did a good job on the power play. They got some good opportunities. Weren't able to find the back of the net, but really solid opportunities. Liked what I saw there from their power play. It's going to be a 4-on-4. UNLV that looked good in the beginning of that 4-on-4, only 34 seconds into it. Let's see if they can take that into the third period, get another goal, because I feel like if they could get another goal, that would really deflate that Arizona Wildcats roster. But also, if you flip it around, Arizona, they get a goal early. That can really flip it around. UNLV can kind of deflate a little bit, make this a really interesting third period, Dom.
The usual one bounce game.
Two.
Possible one or two. Possible bumpy ride to the finish here on the docket tonight. More hockey around the corner. Stay with us. Welcome back inside of City National Arena. Third period just moments away through 40 minutes. UNLV up 3-1. If you're just joining us, thank you for joining us here tonight. Late night ACHA action, but if you stuck with us through 2 periods, thank you for sticking around. As always, on the call is myself, Dominic Dubois, joined by Ryan Gilder. Gildy, physicality picking up a little bit, but pretty fun game through 40.
Yeah, hockey's all about making adjustments, and that's even here at the broadcast booth. I was talking a little bit because it's Parents Weekend with Hunter Masilla's mom, and I found out like my mic is really loud. It gets to the point where I scare their dog, and I love dogs. I really do. Last thing I want to do is scare the dog. So I worked on the mic a little bit. It should be lower, so you guys in the comment section let us know, but it should be a smoother, cleaner broadcast, and that's what we're doing. We're making our in-game, in-season adjustments, Dom, and UNLV up 3-1. It's going to be a big 4-on-4 play here right now for both teams.
Most definitely, Gildy. Very quickly, we're going to toss it over to Zoe Salas, who had the chance to stand by with Rob.
I'm joined here with Mason Kelly. Mason, you guys are undefeated at home this year. What's the home ice advantage been like for you guys?
Definitely. Here with Robbie McCollum. Now, Robbie, how have you... you just finished the second period. How have you seen Arizona? Is it what you guys expected them playing? How they've been playing?
Yeah, we expected a hard forechecking team. We knew they were going to come out hard against us. Right now, we just have to stick to what's working for us. Get pucks deep over the red line, no turnovers to the blue, and we'll be successful.
Take me through that one goal you just made in that last period. What was going on there?
Kind of just followed the play up, hoping for a prayer of a bounce, and luckily I got one. So good work by my line mates there, getting the puck to the net, and lucky enough found me. So.
Ending this period with a 3-1 lead, how do you guys plan to close this off for the next period?
Yeah, kind of like I said, stick to what works for us. We're not too worried about what they're doing. We just do our job, and we'll close it out.
Thank you so much, Robbie. Back to you, Dom.
Thank you, Zoe. Taking a quick look at the period stats. Through 40, UNLV has the advantage in the shots department, 24-20. No real power plays here tonight. Arizona with the only power play so far. 4 penalty minutes for UNLV. 2 for Arizona. Keys tonight, bar rescue, John Taffer. Shut it down.
Shut it down.
And Arizona just keep pushing, and you'll get one. We're back underway, 4-on-4 hockey here in the third period. Bradley Gallant takes it over the blue line and sails one over the blocker of Sepinen, and we're right back in it.
Can we get John Taffer on the broadcast to say shut it down?
I would love to. I might DM him on Instagram and see what we could get going. Or maybe even a superlative to play through as a quick clip, kind of like with the Golden Knights games on Nitron.
Go to his TikTok PR team, because he has the little button, the shut it down button.
Maybe even on Cameo, potentially.
Cameo.
Send him a quick buck and see if we can get him to say,
UNLV
UNLV Rebel Hockey, shut it down.
Shut it down. That would be great.
UNLV taking it. About 35 to go. 4-on-4. And Arizona getting back, under 20 to go now. Rob McCollum between the legs, driving the net, puts one on off the side of the cage. Arizona coming the other way. Shot there into the chest of Wixon, and it'll hold for a whistle. 4 seconds to go. 4-on-4.
So the 4-on-4 pretty much is looking like an even push. Right now it's going to be 18 and a half minutes for Arizona to try to find a way to grind out a couple goals here against the Rebels. Gonna be tough. Rebels have been doing a great job defending their home ice.
Penalties expiring. Back to 5-on-5 hockey for both teams. Heath Mensch touch pass to Caleb Strong. Strong floats that one across. Burke, Alec Johnson, rink wide off the kick plate from McCollum, who sends that one, can't get it through, blocked by Lowell. Jesse Lowell up ice, gets it as far as the red. Strong plays it back up. Alec Johnson knifes that one on, gets upended. Burke in on that loose puck, gets it taken away. And Alec Johnson gets it back in blood. And upends his man Eddie Slack. Shot there from the high slot, kicked away. Jared Overland with that chance. And we got some rough stuff there. Burke being worked over by Jesse Lowell, and they're still going at it. Burke without his bucket. And Lowell, as the captain, kind of losing his composure there, just giving Burke the business. Standing over on Burke without a bucket, still barking. We're going to wait to see the call, and Burke's going to be sitting.
Looks like they're both going to be sent to the sin bin here, Dom. That's what.
They're still barking through the scores table. Lowell staring, and you can imagine two aside, and you can see on our camera, good job by Rolando capturing Burke, very animated, and they're still talking, and you can imagine that the officials are trying to get a handle on the game, but from what I saw, I didn't see that scrum develop, but you could imagine maybe there's an extra 2 going to Lowell for roughing or unsportsmanlike, because I mean he was really working over Burke, just giving him the business, giving him shots to the back of the head, just continuously.
Yeah, it is a judgment call. I mean, they both went at it a little bit. It might have looked like to the eye that Lowell was a little bit more aggressive, but
looks like 2 aside.
Yeah, it's 2 each side, because you know that it might have looked a little worse for Lowell, but it could have very easily been even with the amount of little sucker punches they gave each other. But look, we got great mediators over there. We got Garrett, we got Joel. We don't have any problems here.
Temperature rising a bit. Each respective 18 sitting for 2.
We're in the desert. Remember the UFC fight the other day where it actually the doctor ended it because they asked the fighter that was fighting, I think it was like Abu Dhabi. Where are you? He said, I'm in the desert. But he didn't say Abu Dhabi, and he didn't say I'm at a UFC fight, and they ended the fight. So
much like that play, so we'll see what each A team will do as they emerge back out from the box. 4-on-4 hockey yet again. We open the period 4-on-4, just over 2 gone. Back with some extra ice. Tyler Shetland with speed up the right wing board. Shetland pulls up, tries to play one through, steered aside. Lowell gets a cross check. And Burke gets a holding call, and here's Rand. Rand driving that, dipping the shoulder, puts one on one-handed. Can't get it. And Kelly with a jab there, and we have some pushing and shoving. Mason Kelly gets a shot. Jackson Wyatt barking. Hunter Mazzillo gets worked over.
It's heating up, and you can tell Sepinen did his homework on Rand. Rand, on most of his opportunities, he will take that odd angle shot from that angle. So Sepinen did a really good job, not really falling for his move to the center of the ice. He knew that he was probably going to go that odd angle shot, shifted towards it, made the save.
Face-off is going to stay in the UNLV zone. Head coach Chad Berman calling for an offsides of some sort. Bradley Gallant dug in for UNLV. Tyler Shetland opposite him. Shetland comes away victorious, 1:18 to go. There's Brendan Williams with speed. Here's Williams. Through neutral ice, feeds it on for Shetland. Shetland up the left wing, feeds it for Williams. He cuts back. Williams dances through traffic, puts one on, save made. Making a man miss. That was Gallant, making him fall even. Jake Barry can't steer to the center of the ice. He gets upended. Shetland plays it up. Left on, Shetland back with the puck. Shetland up the right wing boards. Dances to the right wing. Plays it down low. Now back up ice. Puck skips free. 40 to go. 4-on-4 action. Hodgson left that one. Now up ice for Myers. Sam Myers. Cross ice for Walker. Now down low. Rob McCollum emerges. McCollum now with speed through the neutral zone. McCollum plays it through. McCollum moving on in to below the goal line. Can't feed it back to the slot off the skate of Walker. Played on now for Fisher. Ryan Fisher gains his own. Fisher now. Back to full strength, both teams. Arizona still working it down low. Whacked at, kept in by Shively. His shot tipped way up.
So waiting
And
for
we
our
got-
first Fisher on Fisher matchup of the night, Dom.
We had an 18-on-18 matchup, and Ryan Fisher and Daniel Fisher not coming together just yet. It's just under 5 gone in this third period. The entire Arizona bench standing up. Chad Berman keeping his boys fired up. Rallying his men. Face-offs, one shot there through traffic from Jesse Lowell. Found by Wixon.
Yeah, that's Lowell's bread and that's his bread and butter is going right off the face-off, trying to get an opportunity. Unsuccessful his first 2 times, but he put it on net both of the times.
Face-off now swapping sides out to the left of Wixon on his glove side. UNLV controls. Playing on out, glove down. There's Flanders, feeds it across, caught into the skates, and now here comes Jesse Lowell. Lowell drives in, Lowell spins around, turns one on, runs into Wixon, takes him out. Puck stays out though. Flanders takes the body, played down low by Kioka. Now here comes UNLV. Can't get the zone. Flanders now wrestles that puck away. Delayed offsides. Tristan Rand tags up. Now here comes Kioka. Kioka stumbles, plays it up still. Shetland from the left wing boards, feeds it on. Held, and we got a Arizona player taking a spill into the backside of the net. Can't get a number now on who it was. Regardless, cool heads will prevail, and that was Brendan Williams who took that spill. And in the net, it looked like. Fisher digging in against Shetland, he wins that draw. Puck played up, stopped up by Ness. Overland. That was Kosdin trying to get that one in. Puck kicks off the boards and on net. And Williams gets a little close to Wixon, and Barry says, back up.
Yeah, 14:02 remaining in the regulation here. Pretty even here in the third period. But that's where UNLV wants it. They're okay with it being even. Arizona, they really got to make use of their opportunities. They've been having some in the third period. They had some in the first period as well. They got to be able to execute, find the back of the net. Because right now, they got to get 2 more without even giving up 1 to UNLV.
The official paying a visit. Now here comes UNLV. Bradley Gallant opened the scoring tonight. Fed back from Johnson. Gallant couldn't corral that one in tight. Good feed from Max Johnson from the left wing, and now here comes Arizona the other way. Fed cross ice, broken up by a diving skating Rebel defender. UNLV trying to break it out. Arizona comes away with possession, but now here's UNLV. Off the wall for Max Johnson. Johnson looking from the left wing. Johnson lets a shot go into the chest of Sepinen. Another offensive zone draw for UNLV. Just over 6.5 gone in this third period of play. Just about the top of the hour here, local time, 10 p.m. Gildy.
A little late, but tomorrow it's only going to be later. This will be right where we are in the middle of the second period tomorrow.
Face-off won by UNLV. Here's Mensch, leaves that one on for McCollum. McCollum wrestled against the wall. Strong plays it down. Mensch off the wall. Chopped out, gets as far as the red. Burke floats it cross corner back in.
And the good thing about having a late game is that, hey, there's not much competition for who you're competing against in airtime. I mean, who else is playing at 9 o'clock tomorrow?
Probably not a lot in the ACHA. Maybe a midnight game sprinkled in here and there. And another team, Vegas Hockey's really had late start times here all season so far. The Vegas Golden Knights, multiple 8 p.m. starts. But they're back on the ice at T-Mobile Arena tomorrow afternoon before we get going. 3 p.m. puck drop against Connor Bedard and the Chicago Blackhawks. It's going to be a fun one.
So you can go to both games in the same day.
That's the plan. I will be at both games. Can't miss #1 overall draft pick playing his first NHL game in Vegas. Heath Mensch loses an edge, but plays it back in and sent back on into the zone. Mensch is in on that. Ties up his man. Now UNLV coming the other way. Cross corner dump from Strong. Burke's going to get in on that one. Brian Erickson, the lone goal scorer for Arizona. Good body possession there. Kicks off of Tristan Rand's skate. Rand loses it in his skates. Erickson comes away with it. Erickson plays that one on in. Strong whacking. .12 to go now in this third period. UNLV still leads 3-1. UNLV working the near wall. Big hits along the bench. And we got a penalty. There's stoppage. It looks like players shaken up. That's going to be Jaramillo. Mazzillo shaken up, working his way back to the bench. Didn't really see what happened. It was just
on a really
gaggle of bodies colliding right in front of us.
So tomorrow you'll be at the Golden Knights versus Blackhawks. Bedard, hard to exceed the expectations that he's had going into the draft day. They call him the next Gretzky. Isn't
the
that
next one?
Talk about the shoulders that you have to be able to fulfill with that, the pressure.
Been getting a lot of media attention as one does. Del Monte almost getting stood up by Jesse Lowell, went high in neutral ice. Another hit behind the play. And Arizona picking up the physicality. Here's Rand. Rand keeping his stick active, pickpockets his man. Mason Kelly wrestles a man to the ice. That was Busby. Here comes Arizona, played on in. Wixon stops it and plays it around. The Rebels chant coming out here at City National Arena. Now here comes UNLV the other way. Cross corner dump. Flanders is going to get in on this one. He'll win that puck race. Flanders around the horn. Gets his stick chopped away. Tristan Rand gets tied up. Staying in on the forecheck. Shetland plays it up. Touch back over to Shetland. Shetland under pressure. Gets rode into the boards. Separated from the puck. Arizona still keeping it down low. Faley couldn't settle that puck down. Steered back in by Fisher. D over to Hodgson. Sends that one rink wide. Kicks off the boards. Arizona still trying to get through neutral ice. Faley tying his man up. Both teams kind of stuck in the mud, so to speak. Here's Josephson. Moving on in, gets it poked away from Alec Johnson, who pokes it away a second time down low. Now in the far corner. Loose puck, jammed at. Shot there from Shively, tipped way up high into the high glass for a whistle.
They've had zone time, but just not enough. Arizona, they get to the offensive zone, they either get a weak shot or it goes out of play, then there's a face-off. UNLV normally wins it. They got to have a good quality offensive zone opportunity here, Dom.
Arizona just got to get it going, just get one seeing eye shot, one rebound goal, and then that changes the tone of the game. So we're back underway. UNLV controlling possession in their own zone, trying to break it out. Pass picked off, floated back on, and in tight chance there. Save made by Wixon, and a big collision in the corner. Hunter Mazzillo, no worse for wear, and a big save by Wixon. Shot there again through traffic, knocked down. Both benches coming alive, banging on the boards, trying to rear their boys up. Puck floats down for an icing. And the puck's going to come back 200 feet. Arizona coming back to life, and the physicality playing a role in
that. Was the possession that they needed right there. Even though it didn't find the back of the net, you could only control what you can control. Two really good opportunities there by Arizona and force UNLV to ice the puck. You see that Gallant line, they were out there for a little bit as well. So they're going to be a little bit tired. It's going to be a little bit easier for them to change because it's the third period. It's not going to be a long change, but still, you're going to have the advantage with the fresh legs. Look who's on the ice right now. Walker, he scored the first goal.
Swagger and Gallant digging in. One by UNLV, flipped out, gets out to neutral ice, settled down. No changes for UNLV. Puck steered on, Jesse Lowell picks that loose puck up. Drops down for Swagger, chopped at, and sent in. UNLV is going to try and turn it the other way. Here's Cole Wyatt, rink wide feed. And sent in. Behind the cage, Gallant's in on that. Big hit by Max Johnson. Taking down Busby. Busby takes down Johnson. And Max Johnson is down. That happened right in front of us. And Busby and Johnson coming together. Max Johnson talking the whole way back to the Arizona bench. And it looks like
someone's going to the sin bin here.
A couple of people are going, and can't just out of frame. It's Busby barking, or maybe no one's going. Still 5 aside, or there's somebody posted now. And it'll be Tristan Swagger. Not sure why. Awaiting the official call.
The referee gave him the little, you're going to see the principal little gesture there with the finger and sent Swagger to the penalty box. Power play here for the Rebels, looking very good so far this season.
The Rebels chant breaking out. Lethal power play unit out there. Heath Mensch up for Alec Johnson, the captain. Now for Strong. Strong works it to Johnson. Johnson snapshot blocked in front. Alec Johnson missing a glove. He takes a spill. Gets stood up, shot there off the side of the cage there. Alec Johnson still without the glove on his left hand. Playing it. Johnson gets his glove back. Now Strong. Back to Alec Johnson. Johnson pumps. Bobbles the puck, plays it back down low. Gives Shively a shot. Big hit by Burke in behind the net, and we got a penalty, and Mensch is jousting, and we got some more tempers flaring, punches being thrown. And we got more punches, and we got more pushing and shoving. And the temperature is rising here. Everyone's shoving each other. Burke really giving it to Josephson, who's giving it back to him. He's tied up from behind, and we got some third men, fourth men in. And we're still tied up.
I'm just happy
Burke still barking with somebody. That's Connor Ziegler, who's been mixing it up all game. He's just smiling behind his full face shield, and we got some guys being sent away.
I'm just happy that he was able to get up from that hit. That was a very scary hit there to Ziegler. Ziegler got hit up high from Burke, and those are the hits that can result in serious injury. So he was down for a quick second there. I mean, I don't normally like to see people get up and fight, but it was good to see him be able to get up from that hit and be okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to discount it by any means, but from my vantage point, it was a hit from behind, very close to the boards, but it did kind of look like he sold it a little bit.
Well, if he sold it, he sold me, because it looked like he was hit up high, and the way he hit the board and the way he went down did not look pretty.
So we got Luke Burke posted. Could be a litany of penalties after that scrum. No one else sitting from my vantage point here as we're sorting out the laundry. The temperature rising here.
Yeah, temperature's rising.
Just under 8 to
the
go.
Period, but we are within the 10 minutes here, so if there's any 10-minute game misconduct,
They're done.
They're done. So that's what probably the referees are talking about right now. If anyone qualified for that, I doubt it. But if anyone does qualify for that, they're out of the game.
And you can see, much like the Stanley Cup final, just throwing it back to June, Florida Panthers and Vegas Golden Knights, lots of pushing and shoving like that. No one really dropping the gloves and fighting. It's just a lot of extracurriculars and lots of shoves.
You don't want to get kicked out of the game. You don't want to get out
exactly,
of the
and the officials just wanting to take control of the game. They just started giving out 10s like candy in game 1 and 2, just trying to keep it all composed, but it clearly didn't work. Game 3, physicality. Game 4, you had that giant scrum at the end with Aiden Hill involved. You had Kachuk involved with a fractured sternum of all things, which is insane that he played game 4. Just lots of mixing and matching and lots of just chippiness.
Telling a hockey player to calm down and not get physical is literally like taking candy from a baby. You know what a baby does when you take candy from it? It only gets more aggressive and fights you for that candy. What happens when you tell a hockey player to calm down and not fight? They will do the opposite. They'll probably fight even more. As Jukebox plays the Edwin Diaz little
looking to close this game out, I guess.
The shut it down.
John Taffer style. Just under 8 to go. Burke still posted 2 minutes, 4-on-4 for 1:17. Then a very brief 5-on-4 power play for the University of Arizona. 43 seconds. We're back underway. Here's Robert McCollum. Leaves that one on for Cole Wyatt. Wyatt now across for Jackson. Jackson Wyatt. Burke gets a 2 and a 10. Shot there, kicked away by McCollum. Fed back on by Gallant off the side of the cage. Good chance by Gallant in tight, looking for his second. Now fed back on. Shot there through traffic into the chest of Wixon and held for a whistle.
That was one of those scrappy opportunities there by Gallant. He almost found the back of the net. Trying to force the puck. Trying to beat Sepinen to the side corner of the net. Wasn't able to. And then for Arizona, got a one-timer opportunity, but not able to get a rebound there. Wixon did a really good job pulling it in.
Back underway. Jake Berry reverses that one on. Now here's Matias Dalmonte. Dalmonte streaking up the wing. He'll hold, stops up, pressured by a couple Wildcats. They'll dig it out. Play it back up, Mensch breaks it up. Dalmonte now feeds it to Berry. Berry steps in, shoots, held. Almost gloved and held by Sepinen. Looks like it handcuffs him. He's taking a look at the trapper, making sure it's all good. Dalmonte can't rub his man out. Berry comes for support. Arizona, brief 43-second power play now, and they'll get to work. This power play off of the Luke Burke, 2 and 10. Burke getting sent to the showers early here tonight. Now here's Malco, Ryan Malco. Rink wide, picked off by Flanders, and he leaves it for Mason Kelly. Kelly's just gonna float that one in and give chase. Mason Kelly, the only forechecker. Kioka plays it up for Walker. Rink wide now for Williams. Williams through center, picked off by Flanders. Can't get it past Walker. No chances for Arizona on that bridge power play. Mason Kelly wires it down the length of the ice. Max Johnson in, cancels out the icing. Sepinen tries to poke it away. He can't. Max Johnson now pulls up, shakes off a check. Gets separated from the puck. Now Walker spins away from pressure. Feeds it up. Max Johnson's up on that one. Johnson now steps in, looks, feeds it to the slot off the skate of McCollum. Settled down by Alec Johnson. Alec now looking for Gallant. Gallant. Puck takes a hop off his stick, and here's Brendan Williams coming the other way. Williams streaking up. pressured by McCollum. Williams cutting, leaves it up to the point. Back down low. Fenton, tight shot there. Save made. And a whistle by Wixon. Arizona, best rush I've seen in the last about 8 minutes.
Yeah, a good rush there. It was started off of a good UNLV offensive zone possession. Golan had it, lost the handle of the puck a little bit. Arizona was able to flip it into their own offensive possession. Just wasn't able to hold on the puck long enough. Didn't get a good enough opportunity, I feel like, on the offensive possession. Let's see if they can win the faceoff and keep it in their side.
Even on the abridged power play, Gildy, just nothing really going. UNLV playing really well through neutral ice. As Del Monte tries to whack it in, Falig plays it off a high glass. Ryan Fisher was in on that. Played back on in. Josh Shively plays it to Josephson. Here's Will Josephson, under 5 to go. Final 5 here from City National Arena. Josephson plays it through. He gets taken down, and delayed penalty moving on in on Wixon. Save made, and we got a UNLV penalty coming up.
This is going to be on Del Monte. It's a ticky-tack one. If you watch it in slow motion, you would think he went high. But in reality, it looked like it was just a little, like what we like to call a little love tap. And I think a little overreaction there, slightly. And I mean a lot of one, but sarcastically, a slight overreaction really gave Arizona that call there. So good penalty drawn by Arizona. They haven't drawn a lot so far this year. McCollum is in the box, and it'll be a 2-minute power play for the Wildcats.
Good opportunity for Arizona to get back, get into this one, and draw within one. It's just under 4 3/4 to go. UNLV controls off the opening face-off on their penalty kill, and they're going to send it out. Seppinen playing it behind his own net with a litany of fans banging on the glass right behind him, trying to break the goaltender's focus. Seppinen creeping out to the slot, getting the hold-up pose from head coach Chad Berman. And that puck goes back down, and Seppinen's back out to play it.
Did not want to pull a Jonathan Quick there and put that puck into the back of the net. It went a little bit towards that way. He was able to control it.
Seppinen back out to the hash marks, sent back in, cross corner. Arizona trying to get it. Arizona still working it. 70 seconds and counting to go on their power play. Seppinen still at the hash marks. Arizona still working it. Shot there through traffic, steered away by the blocker of Wixon. Now back down low, Mazzillo steers it out. Down the length of the ice, under a minute to go now.
All right, we're at the 3:30 time mark right now, as I'll get to it in the next possession here, Dom.
Arizona still working. Seppinen still at the hash marks. Fisher breaks this play up, and he'll get it out of the zone. Here's Falig, 2-on-2. Lets a shot go, fans on it, and sticked away by Seppinen. Falig still with the puck in the zone. Falig delays, can't play it through the skates of his man, Ari Rossi.
And what I was going to say was it was going to be about when Seppinen's going to get out of the crease and get the extra attacker on. You got to get 2 goals. It's 3 minutes remaining. You got to get the goalkeeper out of the crease as soon as possible, I would think.
Final 10 on this power play. Shot there, steered aside, or held by Wixon for a whistle. 2:50 to go, 9 seconds left on the Del Monte penalty, and we're going to keep looking over at Seppinen.
So I could be on a little bit of keeper watch here, but you have 9 seconds left. Try to do something with it. If you don't get it done in 9 seconds, you really got to get the goalkeeper out. You really got to make use of that extra attacker that you can bring in.
Back underway. Final 5 of the Del Monte penalty. UNLV back to full strength. Trying to get it out of the zone now. Here comes UNLV. They get only as far as the red line. Now here's Mason Kelly. Kelly now dipping the shoulder, driving the net. Kelly moving on in, can't get all of it. Rand firing one. Loose puck. Rand can't find it. And we got a player down. That's Flanders, who got dumped by Josephson. Play will continue. Final 2.5 now. Now Rand playing through the ice. Rand cuts to the slot, shoots, tipped way up high into the protective netting, and Flanders gives his man a bump and is met by a couple guys. Goes nose to nose with Dylan Walker, and Flanders still barking at 11 opposite him, Josephson. They're separated as they go to their respective benches, 2:11 to go.
Another thing about this game, we talked about UNLV last series against Utah, had trouble out shooting them. Look at this game, 31-30 in the shot totals. UNLV's only in favor by 1, but a lot closer in the shot totals in their home states lately.
Fisher plays it up, final 2 in this third period, sent on in. They hop on it on the opposite wall. Played back up by Seppinen, still creeping at the hash marks. Big hit at the scorer's table. Scooped back on in, shot there from Walker. Save made by Wixon. Johnson flips that one, gloved by Cole Wyatt, sent back out by Shively. Down the length of the ice. No icing, waved off. Final 90. Play only gets as far as the red line for UNLV. Shot there through traffic over the shoulder of Wixon. Seppinen being told to stay by Chad Berman here, Strong. Strong on the left wing, looking, puts one wide of the net. Falig's in on that one, pressured by Lowell, who steers that one out. Now here comes Sam Myers. Myers cutting cross ice, leaves that one back, 1 minute to go. Seppinen still creeping, gets chased back into his net. Play comes the other way, Seppinen creeps a bit more. Seppinen at the hash marks, UNLV below their own goal line. Sent on out, Falig settles it down, gains the red and sends it in on Seppinen, who will hold for a whistle.
Couple of questionable calls. They never took out Seppinen. I know UNLV, they're able to get the puck a couple times, but I feel like there was at least 2 opportunities that were Arizona they could have pushed out another attacker, because puck was dumped in deep into the Rebel zone. I thought there was an opportunity there to possibly bring in that 6th attacker, but Coach told Seppinen to stay back in his crease.
Kelly wins the draw. Ness can't whack that one on. He's tied up, plays out for Fisher, floats one on, blocked in front. Fisher. Fisher now below the goal line, working, final 30. Fisher plays to the open ice, keeps it, plays it back down low. Jaden Ness is in on that one. Ness separates his man from the puck with a big hit. Busby, and the net comes off its moorings. Busby taking a couple big collisions here in the third period.
Busby got hit into the wrong place, the back of the net, and then the net kind of collapsed.
It's the most dejecting feelings where you're taking a spill into the net and you just feel it falling with you.
Yeah,
Just feel so helpless.
There's not really much that you could do.
Because it's a lot slower too, even. Which, like, I mean, if you're taking a regular fall, you fall like feel you lose your balance, and then before you know it, you're on your keister. But there, you feel yourself slowly falling as a net kind of is trying to catch you. And
at least you don't hit the ice, you know. It's like a little bit better.
joy. Fed there, couldn't tighten. They score. Arizona breaking through with 14 ticks, to go. And looky here, the captain, Jesse Lowell, leading the handshake line.
Jesse Lowell, one of those players that average over a goal. I mean, not a goal, but a point a game. Found a way to get a point tonight, get the puck in the back of the net.
And
Game
as you
within
can
one
imagine,
score, 13 seconds left to go. They call their timeout, a perfect time to call it. Dom, this game is not over by any means. 13.6 seconds, that's enough time to win a face-off, have a decent offensive zone opportunity, even get a couple passes and get a shot that you like.
Arizona talking it over. That's Chad Berman right in the middle. Discussing it with his players. 13.6 to go on the clock. They're within 1. So you can imagine win the draw. What's being said by Berman. Win the draw. Play it up ice. Seppinen hustles to the bench. You get your extra attacker and just get one more good, decent cycle. Try and find the one-timer. Do something. Put it on net.
Would you just have 6 men on the ice right away?
Not necessarily. I wouldn't think.
Because if you lose the draw, you're going to lose the game anyway. Why would it matter? So like, they're not going to.
We'll see Seppinen
because
going back to his
you're not going to have enough time in 13 seconds to bring on the 6 attackers. So you got to do it at 5.
Seppinen's way out
okay, so
to the top of the circles.
they're going to bring on a 6 attacker If they come in, they'll be in around the 5-second mark, so maybe a tip in. He's just standing there so that, let's say the Rebels hit it down ice, he can pass it up.
Face-off won by UNLV. Big win. Final 10. Fed cross ice, Sepinen skating to the bench. Final 5. Arizona still trying to get one last shot, but that'll do it. UNLV remains perfect at home. Escaping a late push from Arizona.
Close game there. Rebels won 3-2, but Rebels, after their goal in the second period, they didn't score at all. Their offense, they got good opportunities, but not enough to find the back of the net. Arizona, they were pushing throughout the entire game. They were down big in the shot total in the first and second period. Then they kind of chipped back, and they got within one shot of outshooting UNLV. So Arizona, they clearly did not have road legs. They are ready to come out tonight, and tomorrow night going to be an hour later. Watch out for this Arizona team. They are dangerous.
Definitely guilty, expecting a tough opponent as usual. The team's traveling to Vegas. They have a bit of the Vegas blues, so to speak, first night, and then they come out a lot stronger the second night and give UNLV their best shot. So, gonna sign off here from City National Arena. UNLV taking the victory 3-2. For everyone at the UNLV broadcasting team, myself, Dominic Dubois, Ryan Gilder, AJ Reed, Zoe Salas, and Jessica Sobel saying thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you back here at 9 p.m. puck drop tomorrow night, Arizona and UNLV.